Confession is the first step to healing. Sometimes, the truth is scarier than the lie. Don't forget to subscribe to Tears and Truth for more chilling tales that blur the line between nightmare and reality. The story begins. It started with a whimper in the dark, a sound no human could make. That's when the Warren family realized their rescue dog wasn't just barking at shadows. He was seeing something they couldn't. The Warren family never believed in ghosts. Mark, a pragmatic mechanic, and his wife Lisa, a schoolteacher, had moved into their dream home, a rustic farmhouse on the outskirts of Blackwood, Oregon. Their 10-year-old daughter, Emily, had begged for a dog for years, and on a rainy October afternoon, they finally caved. The local shelter had one last dog, a massive, scarred German Shepherd named Judge. His file read, "Survived a house fire. Protective. Unexplained aggression in empty rooms." Lisa hesitated, but Emily's eyes lit up. "He's perfect." The first night, Judge paced the house, growling at the hallway closet. Mark laughed it off. "Probably just smells a rat." But at 3 a.m., Emily woke up screaming. "Something was in my room," she sobbed. "It was standing in the corner, watching me." Judge had been lying across her doorway, teeth bared at the empty space she pointed to. Then, the barking started. Every night, at the same time. Not at the door. Not at the windows. At the ceiling point 2 weeks in, Lisa found claw marks on Judge's paws. Not his own. Like something had dragged him across the hardwood floor. Then came the whispers. Emily swore a voice called her name when she was alone. But Judge always arrived first, snarling at the air behind her. One afternoon, Mark came home to find Judge cornered in the kitchen, hackles raised, staring at the fridge, where 3 deep scratches suddenly appeared in the stainless steel. That night, Judge refused to let Emily go upstairs. He blocked the steps, a low, guttural sound rolling from his chest. When Mark tried to push past, the dog bit him. Not hard enough to break skin, but with a warning. Then they heard it. A thud from Emily's room. Like something heavy had dropped from the ceiling, Judge bolted upstairs, and the family followed, only to find Emily's stuffed animals arranged in a circle, their button eyes ripped out, and in the center lay Judge's old collar, the one he'd worn the night of the fire that killed his first family. The Warrens needed answers. Lisa dug through old newspapers at the library while Mark questioned neighbors. The truth was worse than they imagined. Their farmhouse wasn't just old. It was wrong. 12 years earlier, another family had lived there. The Hellers, a father, mother, and 2 sons. One night, a fire broke out in the basement. The parents and youngest son died, but the eldest, Daniel Heller, and the family's German Shepherd, Judge, survived. But here's what the reports didn't say. The fire started after the family was already dead. Daniel was found in the yard, screaming about the thing in the walls. Judge had bite marks on him, human-sized. And then, Lisa found the photo. A black and white image of the Heller family, standing in front of the house. Behind them, barely visible in the upstairs window, was a figure. Too tall, its limbs too long. That night, Judge stood at the foot of Emily's bed, staring at the wall. A wet, dripping sound came from inside it. Then, the whispering started. "Don't let it take me again." A voice pleaded. Not Emily's, not Lisa's. A boy's voice. Judge let out a howl that shook the house. The scratching got worse. Something was moving inside the house. Not just in the walls, but under the floors, in the attic. Judge followed the sounds, his nose pressed to the cracks, his body trembling. Then, Emily started sleepwalking. Mark woke to find her standing in the hallway, facing the closet door. Judge was beside her, snarling, but Emily's voice wasn't her own. "It's hungry," she whispered. "It's been waiting for us." Lisa called a priest. The moment he stepped inside, Judge attacked. Not the priest, but the air next to him. The holy water in the priest's hand boiled before it even left the bottle. "This isn't a ghost," the priest said, backing away. It's something that remembers being human. That night, Judge dragged Emily from her bed just as the ceiling above her split open, revealing black, rotted fingers curling downward. The house wasn't haunted, it was infested. They had to leave. Mark packed the car while Lisa held Emily, but Judge refused to follow. He stood in the doorway, blocking it, his eyes locked on the stairs. "Come on, boy!" Mark yelled. Then, the house moved. The walls pulsed like a throat swallowing. The front door slammed shut. From upstairs came the sound of something heavy dragging itself toward them. Judge turned and charged up the steps. The family heard the fight, snarls, tearing, a scream that didn't sound like a dog. Then silence. When the door finally creaked open, Judge stood at the top of the stairs, covered in deep, blackened wounds. Behind him, the hallway was clean. No scratches, no whispers. He took 3 steps toward Emily, then collapsed. The vet said his heart gave out. But Lisa knew the truth. Judge had done it before. He'd stayed behind to hold the door shut to his grave. Emily left his favorite toy, a singed teddy bear from the fire 12 years ago. That night, as the family slept in a motel, Emily swore she heard a single, distant bark, and for the first time since they moved in, the nightmares stopped.